Welcome to the Innovation World podcast. Innovation World is your go-to source for all things innovation, invention, and entrepreneurship. Our website is www.innovationworld.org.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Innovation World. This is Carmine Danisco coming to you live for another show, another season, more and more events that we have going on. I want to bring on my co-host for the show, Miss Julie Shively. Julie, what's going on over there?
Hi, Carmine.
How's it going?
As usual, we have nothing to do.
No, that is not true. I'm scared sometimes to ask you because half the show is over and we're almost done talking about it.
Yep. Lots going on. Just a quick recap. Anyone listening last week would have heard this, so I apologize for that. But for those that are new this week, we have so many things going on right now. Innovation World, and actually the Global Innovation Field Trip is involved in the Teach Myro K-12 Gift Challenge. Wow. And it is a fabulous contest. It's a premier coding contest for kids. And if your kids don't know how to code, it's the perfect contest to get them in. It helps teach them code. But it is an opportunity for the students to take this adorable little robot. It looks kind of like a cross between a lamb and a dog, and maybe a rabbit, and they get to go online to the Myro simulator program. They get to code it. It already does a lot of cool things now. They get to piece those things together and teach Myro something new to do that's helpful to any sect of the population, basically. And then
that thing's cool.
I'm sorry?
That thing's cool. I want one of those things.
Well, you're a little old. You have to be K-12 right now to do it. Maybe we'll have an adult contest later.
Okay.
And then students will go online. They'll create their code on the Myro platform, and then they'll all be reviewed by the wonderful team at Consequential Robotics. And the top 5 entries will be invited to the October 10-11 Global Innovation Field Trip, at which time their programs, their code that they've written will be demonstrated live with a Myro, and the top prize winner will be announced, and of course the other 4 are the runners-up, and the top coder will win a Myro of their own and 500 additional programming hours. So it's a really fun opportunity. We can't wait to see what happens with it. We have quite a few signups for all over the world right now, and we're excited about that. You're never sure what's going to happen, and what's happening is very good. So in addition to that, we have the Student Co-Host Challenge that we always run, and this is an opportunity for students to try out to have a spot as a co-host on the next Global Innovation Field Trip. Go on to the Innovation World website or the Global Innovation Field Trip website, either one of those. You can find this link to the Student Co-Host Challenge. Sign up, send us your video. If you're selected, you'll be a co-host at one of the upcoming Global Innovation Field Trips. And then, another thing that we have new this time is we have a teen panel discussion that we're going to debut at the October event. And this is where teens who are interested will be selected and will host together a panel discussion about something very important to teens today. We don't know what the topic's going to be because they're going to select that topic, but it for sure will be an interesting time and an interesting discussion to listen to and be a part of.
Wow, you got a lot of stuff happening. Who's helping you with all this stuff?
That's all that I'm going to talk about right this second, because I probably should let our co-host, Jake Mendelson, who's visiting us again today, also have a minute to add anything to those events that I missed before we introduce our very special guest today.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Julie. Julie, I have nothing else to add. My primary function here is to be the audience, to applaud, because I can't wait till we talk to Brenda, and she is doing really interesting things. And so I'm ready.
Well, with that, would you like to introduce our guest today?
Okay. Our guest today is someone named Brenda Payne, and Brenda lives in a magical land called California. And she has been working very, very hard for 4 or 5 years at least, if not longer, trying to develop an incredible program in California. And she has just recently gotten some traction and making things happen. She was making things happen before, but now they are really happening. And I've heard all kinds of rumors, Brenda, but I'd love to have you, talk about some of the things that you've done, and even more exciting, some of the things that you're planning to do. So, Brenda, the floor is yours.
Okay, so I'm the executive director of the California Invention Convention, and I have been doing this for, let's see, Jake, I think it's been this is our 6th year, and we should know that, you should know that, because we brought you in really early on in the history of it. I was an educator by trade, and I was a teacher for a number of years, and I taught invention education up in Northern California. And I was in the middle of teaching 60 students. I had a friend who I taught with, and we opened our classrooms. We were a gifted magnet way back when, and we were looking for a program for students who were, at that time I taught 3rd and 4th grade together. We were looking for a program that would be available for students who were going into the gifted program at 4th grade. We had a lot of different ability levels. I had students who had learning disabilities. I had second language learners. I had the students who were the gifted students, the students who were everyone. We had everyone in our 60 students. And we were looking for a program that could work with all those different learning styles. And we happened to attend a gifted conference and learned that there was a program out there called Invent America way back when, and it actually came out of Connecticut. And it was asking students to identify problems in their own lives, much as like what we're doing today, and then invent a solution to them. I ended up writing curriculum for it and starting it in my classroom. And we had 60 students come up with problems, because everyone has a problem, no matter what their learning style is, everyone can find a problem. And they came up with solutions. And we were so impressed by that we took it to our district, and we took it to our county, and it spread through the area where I was. Fast forward many years, I became a principal. I shared it at different schools, and then I became a superintendent in a small district near Santa Cruz. And they needed a program for kids at 5th and 6th grade. And I said, how about if I teach this program to your 5th and 6th graders while I'm here? And we did it at the 5th and 6th grade level. And lo and behold, I did not have my curriculum anymore. I had given out to all these people. So I happened to find Julie Shively, who was in Ohio, and Ohio was doing this as a state. And Julie offered curriculum to me. And as she was hanging up, she said, you should contact this guy who is in Connecticut. And that guy was a fellow named Danny Briere. And Danny had just started a program called the STEMI Coalition. And he said, oh, you're in California? Could you do California? And I said, oh, I could do California. Little did I know what that might look like. So I started doing the California Invention Convention in California. And all of these years later, we have been evolving the program. We started by teaching teachers some of the curriculum that we got from Connecticut. And we actually flew Jake Mendelson out to California to teach the teachers our first year about the Invention Convention curriculum. And we had our first 60 teachers begin. So fast forward now 5 more years, and we've now got about 4,500 students throughout the state that are utilizing the program. And we have our partners that started putting on the state competition that was Maxim Integrated, computer chip company in Silicon Valley. And our kids would go over there who were winners from throughout the state to the Silicon Valley convention. And then the Henry Ford took over the STEMI Coalition, and we would send our kids onto the National at the Henry Ford in Dearborn, Michigan. And it is such an inspiration to get to see what students can imagine and what they can then create. And we've had such diverse inventions that have come about over the years. I am just so thrilled to be able to offer students a program that really, I believe, is going to help them for their futures. My belief, and I'm sure many of yours, is that we have no idea what the problems or the jobs of the future are going to be. We know that we are in a situation where problems present themselves every single moment. And we need to prepare kids to become just creative problem solvers, no matter what they go into. Whether they are inventors, no matter what they do, they will need these skills. And so for me, it is my passion to be able to provide those skills for young people. And so we, this year, are partnering with Lemelson MIT, and we will be able to provide yet more services to the many students that we are working with throughout California. So that's what I'm doing right at the moment. And
is that all? I mean, come on. I think that you skipped a little part of what you've been doing the last 5 years too, because I think you've also been a huge contributor to helping other Invention Convention programs come up. You've been helping the National Invention Convention in many different ways, many different capacities through their affiliate program. I think you've done a lot more even than you're leading us to believe that you do. So, Brenda, if you think about your program in California, what is it you need most? I know that Maxim Integrators have been a great partner for you, and of course, it's fantastic that you're working with Lemelson and MIT. But if anybody else out there wanted to reach out, what is it? What's your opportunity here? What do you want?
When we're looking at a virtual platform, which last year we had to pivot very quickly from having a live event for the state competition. Schools closed in a day here, and our event was coming up, and we had to turn it into a virtual event, as did the national. And we needed to have judges suddenly be trained virtually, and we wanted to have mentors. I think what we really could use are people who have some skill areas in invention and engineering, in probably just about any field, actually, who have an interest in what young people are doing, to be able to help them virtually, even in classrooms. We would have to vet people through different background kinds of checks, but we would really like to be able to have help for the teachers that are going to be doing this program virtually. We've been working for the last number of months this summer on a virtual curriculum, because what I realize is going to be the most difficult thing for our teachers this year is to switch over to everything that they've been doing to a virtual platform. And so we've come up with a virtual curriculum that they can use to teach our program. We are going to need people to help. When teachers put students into the classrooms, virtual classrooms, and they're in small groups, it would really be wonderful to have some of the people who are in the field or have some interest in what those students are doing be able to help in these various classrooms, and that we can offer that to teachers as well. I think judges, we needed to have quite a few judges last year. We had students suddenly all have to prepare videos, and we needed judges to look at those videos several times. Each judge look at various videos and then have other judges look at them as well so that they could determine which students were going to move on to the next level. And so judges, again, they can be engineers, but they can be my neighbors. They can be people who have an interest in what students are doing and are able to communicate with young people and really take an interest in providing them with feedback and with an understanding of what they need to do that would help them to even improve more what they have already created. So I think those are our big needs.
So if we have people out there listening today that would like to get involved with the California Invention Convention, what should they do, Brenda? How should they reach you?
They can go onto our website, which is www.cainventionconvention.org. And we can make that available to them if they missed that. Or they can contact me directly. There's a contact us on the website. They can use that. Or can contact me directly at bpayne@cainventionconvention.org. So
and Payne is Payne.
Payne, BPAYNE at cainventionconvention.org. So yeah, or they can probably contact you, Julie, if they can't find me, and
Absolutely.
You send them to me.
I will lead them your way.
I would like to make a pitch for the rest of the country, though. There are other states, and although they do not have Brenda in the other states, there are some great people. So if you're not in California or you'd like to help some other state for any reason, please contact Julie, and she will put you in touch with the right people that you can really give support and help to. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
I agree. The good part about that is, I'm glad you said that, Jake, because people do sometimes want to help, but they don't even know how to start. So it's kind of good that you said that. Also, Brenda, that you guys are pointing that out, that we need the help. There's no doubt about it. And it's so great to work with these young adults, their inventions, their attitude, their excitement. I mean, that's one of the things I love about it. I love working with the young adults, the kids, because they just are having such a great time inventing.
I have to say that this year was a really different one for Maxim Integrated, as our main sponsor, does our Best in Show at the state level. And we have had for the last 3 years winners of our convention be apps that were created, which was a new thing for the National Invention Convention. They didn't have a category at first for apps, and we came up with criteria for judging it. California, of course, has lots of people working on apps, and we had 3 very wonderful students win in the past. This year, the winner was a 4th grade student, and his invention was that his dog has an overbite. And it really concerned him that he struggled every time he went to eat out of his bowl, because his mouth just caused him problems with getting to the food.
Wow.
So he took his grandmother's mirror, which was on a little swing, and took out the mirror part and put his bowl in and tightened it, and was able to put the food in such a way that the dog could just reach in and get the food. And Maxim Integrated, because of its simplicity and ability to answer the problem in such a simple, graceful way, ended up awarding the Best of Show to this young fellow, who received then a monetary award and a patent for his invention.
Wow.
But it just showed us once again how something can be just such a simple response to a problem someone is having, and yet answer the need. I knew nothing about dogs' overbites before this invention, but started looking into it, and it is a problem for many, many dogs out there, specifically for small breed dogs. They suffer from that.
Wow.
So this young fellow whose dog was just his true best friend.
So I wonder if that device is adjustable so that you could adjust it based on the degree of overbite.
Yes. That's right. He
How
has that.
interesting.
And interestingly, I had the people from Maxim call him to tell him that he was the winner. We got on a Zoom call. And so we had the vice president of technology on the call, two of their patent attorneys, quite the grouping. We had 7 people on the call from Maxim. And the fellow who was the VP, Dave Dwelly, for technology, asked him, his name is Aiden, they asked him, he said, Aiden, I'm an inventor, and I've been inventing for many years. And what I know most about inventors is that they should be able to think about ways of improving their invention. Have you thought of any ways? And we all sat there, wondering. But by gosh, Aiden, 4th grade Aiden, had been thinking and thinking about this invention. He felt that the way he had attached it would cause the dog problems because of the way that the screws were sitting in the bowl. And he had already come up with a lot of ideations for that invention, which is, of course, what we want students to be able to do and the way we want them to think as inventors. So to just have that piece and for us to realize that no matter how young these students are, they are so capable of really solving a problem in a very educated way. It was a wonderful next piece to the call, not to mention how surprised he was and having his grandmother, whose mirror it was in the first place, in the background, just weeping during the call for how proud she was of this young fellow.
That is so funny. And he is young. You said he's young.
He's 4th grade, which
amazing.
Yeah.
I gotta talk to this. I gotta talk to this guy.
Incredible kindergarten inventions, truly. When you realize that we think of inventors and we say, okay, we could start this program in high school and this would be helpful to students going on. But the truth is we need to start it in kindergarten. And as Jake and Julie can attest we have a wonderful woman in Singapore, Nancy Sun, who has done the program with preschool students and is able to truly have these inventions be created by preschool students. I got to be a judge in their competition and look at their logs that their students kept. And I was so impressed with what they are doing there as well. I finally connected her to some of our preschool teachers and said, Nancy, we want you to tell them, how do you go about this? So it's a program that really can be done at a very young age.
So Brenda, real quick question. What age group or what grade levels do you serve out in California?
We're K-12. We have been very much K-10 up until right now. But this year we are about to launch a program with a group of students who are in a school in San Diego called Monarch Elementary. It's a school for the unsheltered students. And so these are students who don't necessarily have quick access to computers, but the school has provided each student with a hotspot and a Chromebook. And we are going to be working with their high school students, providing mentors. Lemelson MIT and California Invention Convention are going to jointly work on that project with these students in this school down there. So,
and for any educators listening, when does this invention season start?
We are about to start it. We have been waiting to be able to get the virtual curriculum, which is interactive, up and running in a way that we would be able to provide access to every teacher. We are so not wanting teachers to struggle more than they already are with having to put together a virtual curriculum in every subject area, that we really wanted to make this be an easy a piece for them with Inventions. And so we just are at the finale of that. We're about to launch that curriculum, and we would like to be able to train any teachers who are interested. We are going to actually not charge this year for the training so that we can get as many people involved virtually as possible. And that has been something I have felt really strongly as well. We are about to, that we would like to keep this at a price level that people can have entry to it. We don't want that to be the prohibitive. So we're working really hard to try to keep it that way. We are going to have another piece of the program, which we're about to put together for parents that might have a community of parents that are interested in working, but it isn't a program at their school yet. It will be a program that parents pay some fee for, but they will have a mentor that will be taking them through the curriculum. And so they have a teacher for that group of students. So if there are parents out there who have an interest in something like that, we have a program that we're designing as well to be able to do that.
Brenda, can I ask you a question? I know you had been a superintendent. So my experience has been that the students love these activities, the teachers love these activities, the parents love these activities. It's not that the superintendents don't love it. It's that the superintendents are held, they're saying the state is requiring certain standards we have to do in a curriculum. How do you get the superintendents on board?
Jake, I mean, I have the good fortune that I was in education and went through as an administrator as well. I was a principal at 5 different schools in California. And so the first place that I try to contact is the county offices of education. And what I've learned is that there is someone at the county office who does truly appreciate what we are doing. There is usually a director of innovation at this time, or a superintendent. We are very fortunate. Right next to where I am, I'm in Santa Cruz, California, is a wonderful district called Watsonville. It's Pajaro Valley Unified School District, and it's a K-12 district. And their superintendent, I contacted early on. She was such a proponent of this program that she has put her teachers through the training, paid for them to be trained and paid for the students to attend, paid for their inventions, paid for all of the pieces through funding that she found. And she was able to help bring principals into the whole discussion and the teachers. It is definitely something you have to have the teachers truly feel that this is worthwhile for their students. That is always my, bottom line is I do not want this to be something that the superintendents say, yes, this is great and you're going to do this. We want this to be something that the teachers say, this is great and these are the reasons why we really believe this for our students. But the superintendent has to be on board, as you're saying. And so I think if we go to it through that level of going through the county offices, we're able to make that case to someone who is there, who then gives us access to talk to the teachers and the principals.
Great. I think that you're scheduled back again with us, possibly with some of your students on the 23rd. Now, is everyone doing online schooling there?
Everyone in California at this point. Okay. There are some schools that do have a hybrid model. I don't know of any that are only back in class, but just about everyone, I believe, is virtual.
Well, we look really forward to seeing your kids and learning a little bit about what their experience in inventing has been. Make sure you tell them Eastern Standard Time.
Absolutely.
And I'll send a reminder to you. I think I already sent something with that you could send out to your kids, but if I didn't, let me know and we'll make sure you get it. So I just wanted to remind folks to, reach out to Brenda If you want to know more about the California Invention Convention, it is www.cainventionconvention.org. Or you can always go to the Innovation World website under our resources tab, under strict STEM programs. You'll find her under the additional list. Her website will be listed there as well. And for other things that you can do right now with Innovation World, please go out to innovationworld.org or globalinnovationfieldtrip.org. Check out the home pages. There are quite a few different activities or opportunities for young students right now. We've got the teen panel that we're working on, the next Global Innovation Field Trip, which is going to be October 10th and 11th. We have the Teach Myro K-12 gift challenge, and you could win a free Myro robot with that one. Yeah. And let's see, co-host challenge to be a co-host on the next Global Innovation Field Trip. And I probably missed something.
Well, they can also just give presentations about anything.
Oh, yeah.
It does not have to be an invention. It can be anything you've done that's innovative, creative. Brenda, you should be giving a presentation.
You should be.
Okay, Brenda, thank you. She shook her head. I'm sending you the information.
I think that's a contract of some kind. And in fact, you can invite any number of your students to participate in that. We give the kids, typically they have a 10-minute spot. They come on and it's really similar to what their pitch video would be, except that
they're used to a 10-minute spot.
talking to other students or co-hosts or to us. And it's a great opportunity for their family to watch. We live stream that to YouTube, as well as we put all the videos together on our YouTube channel. Good opportunity for them. So any of those opportunities you can find on the innovationworld.org website or the Global Innovation Field Trip site.
Awesome.
Brenda, thanks so much. We really
thank you for all that you're doing. Very, very exciting.
It is fun.
It is exciting. There's so much going on. It amazes me as I get more and more into this innovation world and the things that are happening. It's amazing. And I want everyone out there, if they do have the time, they do have the ability to volunteer or help out in any way it'd be possible. For Brenda, thank you so much. Julie, Jake, thanks for being on today. And we will all catch you next time on Innovation World. If possible, go on out to Google Play or iTunes, wherever you consume your podcasting material. Like us, send us some information. Let us know what you want to hear about. But we will catch you next time on Innovation World. And you all take care.
Thank you for joining us today for the Innovation World podcast and the Launch Network. Innovation World is your go-to source for all things innovation, invention, and entrepreneurship. Our website is www.innovationworld.org.